I was in. Here.
Good morning, everybody. This is Barry Cowan, the non-resident president of the Deerfield Beach Computer Club. Since 2005, I want to welcome you all to our third virtual class. I'd like to tell you at this time that this meeting is being recorded. So if you do not wish your video to be seen, you may click that off at any time. Well, it's been 2 weeks since we had our last meeting, and a lot of things have happened in terms of the pandemic. Right here in Florida, it's gotten as worse in the country. We're now the epicenter, and Miami is really bad. It would appear that virtual meetings and conferences and classes are going to be the norm for the foreseeable future. And therefore, we are going to continue to do these classes 2 a month throughout the summer. What I'd like to do is to first ask everybody, if I can everyone hear me, by the way? Okay.
Barry, you've got a buzz now. There you go.
Okay.
Doing it again.
There's a feedback coming from somewhere. Somebody's mic is too close to the laptop or something.
All right. It seems fine now. Go ahead.
Okay. So let me just say, Joni, can you unmute yourself, please?
Yes. Hi, Barry.
Great. Tell everybody who you are and where you're calling from and what device you're using. And finally, tell us what you think is the best time for us to do our future classes.
I'm Joni Fleming, and I live here in Century Village. I'm using my Apple laptop, MacBook Air. And as far as the meetings, I think, right now, Friday at 10 is working. Again, it's sort of flexible. Saturday is also workable. So, whatever is decided, I can try to accommodate the club if I can.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. What did you get out of the last meeting? Do you think these are good ways to present instruction?
I do. I think it's good, number one, to keep up the connection with everyone and stay in touch. And I think it reinforces what we have learned. So it's always good to see it again and then review it on YouTube. So I would say, whatever you do is informative and knowledgeable to all of us.
Yes, you've made a great point. After the meeting is over, it's automatically recorded and placed on my hard drive on my computer. I can then take that recording, which is an MP4 format. It's already compressed and everything, and I post it up on our YouTube channel. So if you look up in the right-hand corner of our club site, you'll see an icon there for YouTube. Whenever you click on that, it takes you directly into the YouTube channel for the club, which is called Musikman, which stands for musician. And under class videos, you'll see all the Zoom videos and all the other videos that we've done. This is the 101st video I will have posted since we started.
Excellent. You know what, Barry? I would love to see you do a class when you do the Jeopardy format and we all could chime in. I don't know if that's possible.
Yes, it is. In fact, I still have the old class that we did and with the music and everything. And that would be good to just do a refresher quiz. That's a great idea, Joni. I'm going to jot that down.
Thank you. And thank you, Dawn and Carol, for everybody working so hard. I appreciate it.
Okay, Pete, are you there? Pete?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Wait a
Everyone
minute.
else is, okay?
Hold on one second, Don.
Yeah.
Pete, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Can you hear me clearly?
Hear me now?
Yes, I can. But this is your first time, right?
First time.
Okay, well, we hope it's not going to be the last, because I think you're going to really enjoy what's coming today and how useful it will be to you. Okay, Laurie, are you there? Laurie, would you unmute yourself, please? Laurie, can you hear me? Okay. Helene, can you hear me? Unmute yourself, Helene.
Oh,
Okay, okay.
Okay, so tell us.
What about me?
Hold it. You're coming up. I hear an echo out there. Somebody's mic is too close. We're getting a reverberation. Check your mic or lower the volume so that we are not getting echoes, please.
Okay, I think I'm the guilty one.
Okay. We're not in court right now, but I'll take care of you later. Okay.
Okay, I'm here, I'm
okay,
ready.
Helene,
Yeah.
again, tell everybody who you are, where you live, which device you're using to get on Zoom right now, and what's the best time of day for you for us to do our future presentations.
Okay, I'm Helene Stein. I live in Century Village. I'm talking from my condo now, and I'm on an iPhone 11, which has been wonderful. I have my little phone sitting on an easel, and I'm sitting here very comfortable. And I do have to say, I agree with what Joni said. You know, just the social aspect of it, just meeting twice a month like we're doing, it's so important for us because I think that our club is a closely knit group. It has been. I've been in the club 21 years now, and it's always been like family. And so I agree with Joni. And I do thank everyone for all the hard work that they do, the time and energy it takes to get ready to do these programs. And I don't know, did I answer all your questions?
Yes,
Did you ask?
yes.
Oh, I thought maybe there was something else you asked that I didn't
What do you
answer.
think? What do you think about our Zoom
Oh, that was
presentations
it.
thus far?
Oh, okay. Well, I think everything's been wonderful. The other thing I was going to say is I'm flexible for any time for the meetings, but I am so in focus with Friday mornings. Friday mornings are my computer mornings. Every Friday, you know, I'm ready to go to class. So 10 o'clock Friday morning works. Just it's a given for me, but I'm flexible. Any other time.
And imagine with virtual meetings, you don't have any traffic. You don't have to worry about accidents. You don't have to worry about bad weather. You don't have to worry about cops stopping you.
And I don't have any, and I have no place else to go.
There you go. Well, that's why I called this meeting on Barry's DBCC family room, because you're all family to me. I love you as if you were, you know, my extended family. And thank you for your support, Helene, and friendship. I appreciate that. Bev and I appreciate it more than you know.
Well, I think I know, and thank you.
Let's go to our next victim, Ada
Should
Grossman.
I unmute?
Yes.
Should I mute again?
Yes, please. Ada, will you unmute, please?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Am I unmuted?
You're on.
You're on.
Good. I must tell you that I feel a little shook up because I was looking forward to this meeting and then it didn't work. It was a big struggle. I don't know. I probably did something wrong. Guilty. And I'm Ada Grossman. You all know me, I think. And I'm from Pompano Beach. I'm probably one of the oldest members. I've been a member for many, many years with Barry, and I'm very happy with this hour. 10 o'clock Friday. I agree with Helene completely. Thank you.
Great. Where are you calling from now, Ada? Or where
My
are you?
study,
Your study, which is located where?
Pompano Beach.
Okay. Yeah, you had gone over to Boston and then you went over to Cape Cod. Wow, that was some trip, wasn't it?
Yeah, my kids didn't want to let me go, but I'm happy here, even though there are some restrictions. And I do have a lot of friends in the building. I just had an exercise class downstairs all the weekday mornings at 9 o'clock. We have a big air-conditioned room, and we do a lot of good exercises from 9 to 10. But I can scramble up here by 10 o'clock. And very often, a person will order food from like Zuccarello's, the one with the O at the end.
Yes.
And everybody would they'd pick up food for everybody. Or, I don't know, it just all works so far. Except we have some losers that make an issue about wearing the mask.
Yeah,
I guess
that's an ongoing issue that if everybody did that, it would help to cut everything down. But I have a feeling that as if this thing is as bad as it continues to become, that's going to become a mandatory thing. I don't know if you can enforce something like that all the time. It started with seatbelts. That's how seatbelts began. And they said, well, you know, lock it or get ticket, something like that. Well, right now,
I'm sorry.
Look at her ticket.
yeah, that's it. That's it.
This is a large condo, 432 units, and there are signs in the lobby, no mask, no lobby. So, but yesterday I got in the middle of a fight. I didn't say anything. I'm not argumentative.
Okay, well, we don't want to talk about that
Yeah.
here anyway. So that's more of a subject, you know, for another time.
Correct.
Anyway, I'm glad to see you looking so healthy.
Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, Dorothy, will you unmute yourself? And you can mute yourself again, Ada.
Let me
Hi,
see.
everybody. It's good to see everybody. I agree with what everybody has said about getting together because we're all good friends and I've been a member for a lot of years too. I prefer the afternoon myself, but I will come to the morning. I just feel like we don't have much to do during the day and I look forward to the afternoon to have something doing. And so, but I'm flexible and I'll be glad to come whenever. And thank everybody for doing what they're doing because I think it's really important.
And you're located in Pompano Beach, right?
Yeah, I live in Pompano. I've got an HP desktop computer that I'm on right now.
Okay, great. Well, you young ladies look great. I'm talking about Ada and Dorothy. Are you Slick? Was that the name you used, Slick?
I don't know. That's part of my email address, but that's fine. That's
Right. I know what it is, right.
Yeah. That's fine.
Well, that's great. All right, let's hear from, let's see, Mike Reeves. Would you please unmute yourself?
Hi. Yeah, I'm Mike Reeves, and I'm calling from Leigh-on-Sea in Essex in England, and looking out over the Thames estuary.
How's the weather in England?
Yeah, it's a lovely day today. We're having, yeah, beautiful. Yeah, I'm on a Chromebook, which works quite well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, 10 o'clock there is quite good for us because it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon here. So any different time could be a problem.
Okay, have you enjoyed participating in these Zoom classes?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I've just come off a Zoom choir. Our local choir is on Zoom now, so.
Oh, that's wonderful. Is that the one that performed in the live class for us? Remember you showed us something? You gave it.
Yeah, no, that's no, a different one.
Oh,
that
okay.
group, the Shanty Crew, we're singing tomorrow outside in the old town, the fishing village. We're singing down there tomorrow lunchtime in the outdoors.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, we're sort of allowed. It says professional singers only, but we're professional. We get paid for some of our gigs. So
Okay, let's see. Thanks, Mike. It's good to see you looking so well.
thank you.
We almost have good cameras, I'm telling you. We look 30 years younger. Okay, Patricia Beauvais Ortegan, would you please unmute yourself?
Hi, I'm Patricia. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yes, looking
Hi
good,
to-
Patricia.
Hi to Carol. Hi to Don also.
Hey.
Yeah, I love our Friday, our meetings on Zoom. I learn a lot because I never even used Zoom till about 2 months ago. And actually, Carol is the one that introduced me to that. And since I'm the president actually of the building, now I'm able to contact our residents via Zoom. So I enjoy everything we learn. Right now I'm working on my HP PC desktop. And yes, Friday morning is good for me because I also live with somebody who has a lot of medical appointments and sometimes busy during the week and or morning or afternoon, but Friday is always open. So it's great for me.
Which building are you president of?
Tilford Q.
Oh, that's Carol's building.
Exactly. So I got the technology and the teacher with me in my building. So it's wonderful.
Oh, that's wonderful. We just had someone enter. Can you hear me, Irving? Okay, let me see what I can do here.
Irving needs to unmute.
Yeah, I just told him. Irving, unmute, please. Irving, are you there?
Yes.
Oh, great. You get your video going?
There we go.
Okay, let's give it a second here. What we're all doing is discussing where we're calling from and what device you're using right now to get on Zoom and what's the best time for you. It looks like the majority of people feel that the 10 o'clock is good.
10 o'clock is good.
Interesting.
All right.
Just had one gentleman that's in this Zoom room. He's in Sussex, England.
Okay. I can hear you, Dawn, so.
Sorry.
Irving, can you get up your video there?
Okay.
Anyway, let's talk. Tell me how things are going there in Canada.
Actually, living in Ontario,
Okay.
we're moving ahead into a new stage
Uh-huh.
for the province of Ontario in terms of opening up more public places, increasing the size of the gatherings, but still maintaining social distance.
Okay, wonderful. How's your Beverly doing?
My Beverly is doing fine. You know, she's my proverbial Duracell rabbit, so she's going full steam ahead.
Well, my Beverly said to say hello.
Thank you very much, and best regards from us to you.
So tell me, what device are you on right now that you're
I'm
doing
on
Zoom
an
on?
old, yes, I'm on an old iPad 2.
Wow. Okay, and is this a good time for you, for us to continue our meetings, 10 o'clock in the morning?
Yes, I have no trouble with 10 o'clock. I had trouble getting on this morning, but otherwise, you know, it runs pretty smoothly.
All right, great. Is anybody else? Is Steve, are you here? No, I think we've just about covered everyone. Okay, we're now going to go on to today's presentation. Let me just get this screen out of here. Don?
Yes, sir.
I would like to introduce today's guest speaker, who is extremely well known to all of us. We're very fortunate to have someone of his caliber even join our club with his extensive background. But enough about me. Let's have Don introduce himself to everybody. Don, take it away.
Thank you. Today, I was asked to talk a little bit about what's going on in the emerging trends in assistive technology. And I put together a couple different presentations. One of them was what's current, what's going on today that I use personally. As a person with disabilities, I have been blessed to be able to have some of these latest technologies that in some cases are pretty simple, but in other cases are really, really quite helpful, but not quite as affordable for most folks. In addition to that, we also looked at the time, the other presentation I did was, what are some of the emerging trends that are happening today in assistive technology? Some of the walking wheelchairs that go upstairs, robotic
Excuse
arms.
me.
Yes.
I'm hearing background noise, so if anybody has got their mic on, please mute it at this time. Okay, Don, go ahead.
Okay. Anyway, so I showed one of them to some of the folks here, and they say, oh yeah, the current stuff is really good. And then they also got feedback that says, oh no, this new stuff is really. So we're going to do a little bit of both today. I'm going to start off with what's going on in emerging technologies in technology that I use. This is what I use on a daily basis to be able to read my screen.
Emerging trends in assistive technology. By the good doctor.
All right, some of the things we're going to look at here a little bit today, it's the everyday kinds of stuff.
1. Amazon Show and Tell.
This is the Amazon Show that's out there. Also does some really interesting things for those with visual impairment that shows and we're able to read stuff in the kitchen. We'll go over that a little bit.
2. Speaking iPhone.
Getting your iPhone to be able to talk to you. Now, some of these are also going to be things that are available with your Android, but I have an iPhone, so it's a little bit more relevant right now.
3. Free screen readers. 4. iPhone magnifier. 5. Kurzweil 3000 scan/read software. 6. Dragon Dictate naturally speaking.
So those are some of the things that we're going to look at here a little bit. This is the show
Amazon's
and tell.
Alexa isn't just using voice to provide assistance to users. A new feature called Show and Tell enables the tech giant's AI to use its vision to help blind and low vision customers identify items through the use of an Echo Show. Amazon began rolling out the feature, detailed in this blog post, to US customers on Monday. Users can hold an item up to an Echo Show camera and ask, Alexa, what am I holding? And using computer vision and machine learning, the voice assistant can help identify common household packaged goods such as canned or boxed foods.
Don, I'm hearing an echo back there.
Amazon's Alexa for Everyone team collaborated with blind customers as well as blind Amazon employees to develop the technology. User Stasi Grijolba, a mechanical engineer who lost her sight later in life, is featured in the blog and video above.
All right.
I'm getting an echo back there. I'm hearing the same thing in the background.
All right. Let me try undoing the speakers.
Irving and Pete are not muted. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It's Pete now. Pete is.
Don,
Yes.
I think when we were dry running it before,
Yes.
you may have had two versions running, and so you were picking up a double play. I don't know if that's what's happening now.
All right,
Well,
go on. Let's
Let's
go
move
on.
a little bit further. This was a video, and as Murphy's Law predicts, what can go wrong does. This is a young lady that is out in California who lost her sight. She was an engineer, and she helped develop then this show and tell capability with the Amazon show. And Amazon jumped on what they call Alexa for everyone, and started developing so that you can hold up a box or a bottle or something in front of it and said, Alexa, what am I holding? It scans and takes a look at what you're holding and tells you it's a box of macaroni or it's a bottle of garlic powder, et cetera, et cetera. It's pretty amazing. All right, in screen reading software, again, being visually impaired, having stuff read on your screen is helpful.
Screen readers are software programs that allow blind or visually impaired users to read the text that is displayed on the computer screen with a speech synthesizer or braille display. A screen reader is the interface between the computer's operating system, its applications, and the user.
All right, so that's what it is. There are two major different kinds of screen readers that are out there on the market. They're those that you're going to pay for.
Purchased. Currently the most popular screen reading software on the market, Job Abscess with Speech Jaws. Created by Ted Hunter, who currently lives in St. Petersburg, Florida.
And Ted Hunter just happened to be one of my students over at the University of Florida when he was developing this. He was, before he did this, he was racing motorcycles on the European circuit, got in an Autobahn accident and lost his sight, came back to the University of Florida and developed the this particular program, and it is pretty amazing. For the same kind of idea for software that you don't have to pay for, there are some newer stuffs out.
Free. NVDA, non-visual desktop access, presently the most predominant free screen reader on the market. It was developed by Michael Curran and James Tay, two blind software engineers from Australia.
That one is currently the most predominant free software on the market. Here are a series of some of those free softwares that are out there. This is
affordable and 100% free to use globally, so you never have to worry about how you're going to afford screen reading software again. Simple, quick, simple, no fuss installation, so you can start using the screen reader faster. Fast, lightweight and small footprint ensures superior stability, reliability and less crashes, so you're more productive. Intuitive, an easy, intuitive and comfortable experience to use, so you'll have a stress-free, enjoyable time using your computer. Functional, just as powerful and functional as the paid screen reader alternatives, so you'll never have to sacrifice on quality. Portable, portable on a USB stick, making your life so much easier. Great for easily using computers other than your own, on the go.
And this particular feature itself was a big breakthrough. For screen readers in the past, you had to load them onto the software or onto your computer to be able to run it. For me, working as a tech at like Office Depot, to be able to have that screen reader on a USB that I could plug into any computer I could work on, it wouldn't load it on the computer except just as a resident program, and be able to use it was a real big breakthrough.
International, available in multiple languages. Great if you speak a minority language where the options are limited or expensive. Open source. Our open source community develops add-ons and also contributes directly to NVDA itself. This makes NVDA a truly user-driven project.
Which makes it available for anyone in any country to be able to put together and use, and it's in a dozen or more different languages as we speak now.
Peace of mind gives you peace of mind that you can always stay up to date with technology and never have to worry about affording costly updates. Ethical. Feel good that you're standing behind the most ethical screen reader available, developed by the blind for the blind.
And Don?
Yes.
How about if we take screenshots or reproduce the couple of slides that have the key points and the names and locations, and we'll post those on the website afterward.
Sounds good to me. This also was a video here of a young lady from Australia who talked about the software and 4 or 5 other different languages at the time that showed how well the thing worked in other languages too. The next thing we want to look at is going to be the screen to text. Yeah, in setting up the ability to be able to read your screen on your iPhone, it would just go to the settings under accessibilities, spoken content, and then turn that on. Once you've got that turned on, this is kind of what the screen looks like. And again, this is another video that shows how to do that. You can make it faster and slower. And what's nice about it is once this is turned on up here, with 2 fingers, you can just swipe down your screen like this and it reads everything that's on the screen. Or you can highlight a specific area on the screen and it will read that to you. So that's also a really nice feature that I use on a regular basis. It's pretty exciting for me. It allows me to be much more functional. There's also another feature on there called Zoom. Again, you trigger that off the same way by clicking on the accessories here on the, I'm sorry, I'm having to see settings. Thank you very much. Got a technical assistant that's helping here. And then go to accessibility. Now they have moved accessibility outside of what used to be general. It's a category of its own. Personally, I think that should be. And then under there, you click on Zoom. And again, with 3 fingers, you tap on the screen and it makes a nice big round, or square actually, magnifier lens. So you can read what is on your screen as well. So that is also another device that has helped me a lot. One of the very first screen readers that I had, this is something called the Kurzweil 3000.
Text to speech in 7 languages. Reads any digital text aloud, including the internet. Multiple reference sources, including bilingual. Translations to any Google-supported language. Highlighters and sticky notes. Vocabulary study guides. Graphic organizer. Writing templates.
What's nice about this particular piece of software is that it's once you load it on your PC, it is a resident and terminate and say resident, which means it sits in the upper level part of your memory. I can take any books or my mail or the bills or whatever, put it on my scanner, scan it, and then as I scan it, then it puts it on the screen, highlights a sentence at a time in one color, then the word at a time as it speaks it to you. So you've got both visual and auditory reinforcement for the information. Again, this was a real quick video. The University of Amherst made this available to every student that they had at the university, which I thought was a really nice feature. So it scans, it reads, it can translate. It good for people with dyslexia also. So it does any number of things. It's a really, really good piece of software. Now, most of you, I'm sure, may have also been familiar with what's called Drag and Dictate Naturally Speaking. I use this a lot.
1. Compose letters, memos, and send email messages. Cut and paste inside your documents as well as revise and format text. Just think about what you want to say, and then say it into the microphone. 2. Enter data into forms or spreadsheets. Available in professional and higher editions, most people can dictate numbers faster than they can type. Using Dragon Professional or higher editions, you can create custom voice commands to let you move from field to field on your form by voice. 3. Work on the web, search the web, access information, and navigate web pages by speaking URLs and links. 4. Start programs and open menus. 5. Use handheld recorders to dictate while you are away from your computer. Dragon can then transcribe what you said.
And what was nice about this particular program, I had several students that were either paraplegic or quadriplegic, and we could just put on a set of headsets on them, set them down in front of a computer. They can talk and start programs. They can dictate. their ability to be able to write papers. They can edit the papers. They can take tests, whatever they needed to do, and never touch the keyboard. It was an amazing, a little more comprehensive than most people were believed that it was capable of. I've watched that come from version 1.2 up to currently like 16 or 17 now. This particular video that you were looking at was a guy who's selling it in Australia. He ran through the video, set it up, didn't train it, and went directly into talking into the system, and it came out perfectly all the way down the line. So it was pretty impressive. So that without videos is, all right.
This is the assistive technology and the software that I use on a day-to-day basis. As a person with a disability, I find these devices and software leveling the playing field. Although it may take me a little bit longer, I still can get there without passing go, but sometimes spending $200.
Monopoly.
Monopoly.
This next part of my presentation is a collection of technology where assistive technology is headed currently. These devices are some of the cutting-edge, currently available devices that indeed help leveling the playing field. Let me demonstrate some of the new tools. Here are some videos on the new technology that's available in Dash.
All right, I'm going to switch over now to the other slideshow with luck. I think it's this one. What's this one? Where's two? Here we go.
Don, that was really great, and we'll post the links to the videos also so people can see them.
All right, that's great. Stop.
You want to go to your second show, I believe.
Yeah, that's where I just called that up, I think. I'm trying to do it. I'm cut.
It's okay. Take your time.
Barry, I'm still getting some background noise from somebody, and Irving Gershowitz and Pete Zambita. You haven't muted.
Okay.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, please mute yourself, everybody. We don't want any background noise coming in. I've been hearing some double problems there in the background. I guess maybe he had a couple of slideshows going on simultaneously, and maybe that was the cause of the background echo. But evidently, it's pretty good. You're doing a great job, Don.
Still, Pete Zambito hasn't muted.
I don't know how to do it. I don't have the screen that has mute on it.
Bottom left-hand corner normally.
It should be there somewhere on your device. If not, take it.
I muted him.
Yeah, done it. He's done it.
Okay, good. Atta girl, Carol.
All right, now this is some of the newer technologies that's out there. Again, videos died. Something called the Smart Glove.
Smart gloves.
This is the iBot stair climbing wheelchair.
2. The iBot stair climbing wheelchair. 3. The Deca robotic arm.
Also looked at Google's driverless car.
Google's driverless car.
And compare that with a car that they have built for people that are blind. And no, they're not even close. I was pretty amazed at the differences between the two.
Versus 6. The car for blind drivers.
All right, this is the Smart Glove.
1. Smart gloves are one of the latest advances in assistive technology. Smart gloves were created by researchers at the University of California in San Diego. The inexpensive smart gloves automatically translate American Sign Language to digital text that appears on a computer or smartphone. 2. To use the gloves, the wearer simply signs American Sign Language. The American Sign Language is then recognized. The computer then transfers this information to a Bluetooth with no cameras required.
And that also just gets transferred directly to someone's iPhone. So as someone signs, it comes directly out on the phone.
There are other gloves out there that claim to translate American Sign Language into digital text, but smart gloves use simple components. The components in the smart gloves add up to less than $100. It's an affordable solution to a difficult problem.
That is amazing breakthrough. All right, this was again the video with the young lady that was actually signing, and as she signed, the words were appearing on someone's phone. If we get these slideshows reposted, I'm going to try again to integrate the videos back into it. So again, I apologize for that, but it is what it is.
You're doing very well, Don. Don't worry
Right.
about it.
This is something called the iBot stair climbing wheelchair. This was invented by Dean Kamen. I don't know if anyone remembers him. He designed and built the Segway. He also worked with DECA, which is the one that actually allows the company makes prostheses. So as you can see on this wheelchair right here.
1. The iBot is a self-balancing, stair-climbing wheelchair for people who are physically disabled. Traditional wheelchairs aren't able to climb stairs, but the iBot is. Stairs are nearly everywhere, so the iBot is a good wheelchair to have easier mobility. Most people who use traditional wheelchairs have to have help from someone to carry them up and down stairs. Having someone else carry them up and down stairs is dangerous for both individuals. 1. The iBot is a self-balancing, stair-climbing wheelchair for people who are physically disabled. Traditional wheelchairs aren't able to climb stairs, but the iBot is. The self-balancing technology found in the iBot is a simple wheelchair to have easier mobility. Using the iBot will allow traditional wheelchairs to able to climb someone to carry them up and down stairs. 3. Having someone else carry them up and down stairs is dangerous for both individuals. People with physical disabilities can only hope that the iBot will return one day in the future to give them a life-changing experience.
And here's the good news about that. Toyota bought it. So Toyota at this point is now going to start producing these chairs. I don't know if you can see how it is. It's up on 2 wheels at this point. The other set of wheels is up underneath. And what's nice about that is that puts people in a wheelchair up at eye level with everyone else as they go around. It's got itself balanced on those 2 wheels and runs around like a Segway. It's pretty amazing.
And that video play?
Yeah, well, let's try it and see. We may fall off the edge of the earth, but hey. I'm over in I think I lost y'all.
Okay. Yeah, it's not moving.
No,
just let it go.
All right, let me go back to where I was here.
Okay.
All right, so anyway, in addition to that is the new DECA robotic arm. Can't believe it did this. All right, it didn't read it, so we're on the wrong one. So anyway, the DECA robotic arm, it used to be that all you had was like a hook to be able to work with. In this particular hand or this arm, if you can see there on the left, it's actually got fingers, an opposing thumb, et cetera, and I've seen people take these and actually be able to pick up a dime with this. It's got sensors inside each one of the fingertips so that you know how much pressure that you're providing on each of the things, so you can like pick up an egg and know exactly how much pressure you've got on that egg to keep it from popping open on itself. The gentleman who was testing it out was the guy in head of prosthesis for the VA. He's had a hook since Vietnam. He is ecstatic. He didn't want to give it back. All right, so there it is. I don't know if you can see the robotic arm there, but that is a pretty amazing device. It is a huge step forward. And by the way, it has been cleared by the FDA, so that's cool also. The other 2 things I wanted to show you here briefly. Are the the self-driving cars at this point are pretty amazing. This is called the Weibo here, and they've got them for the cars, which are now legal in Nevada. I think some places in Atlanta, someplace in New England, in California. There's a couple places where these cars are actually street legal now, which is really, really nice. Over on the right there, you can see it's a semi-truck. Same thing. It is self-driving, and it can haul stuff on the interstates all the way across, so you don't have to have drivers like you used to have. So that's some of the self-driving cars. The other thing is going to be the cars, as you can see here. Here's someone driving with a cane out the window, and it was a cute little video of someone trying to drive with a cane. It was funny to me, probably not to y'all, but it is talks about the new the ability to be able to have blind people have sensory devices that allows them to be able to drive blind, which is a lot different than the driverless cars. Here, this is a TED Talk by Dennis Hong. It's 9 minutes. If you have a chance or you're all interested, this is the guy who did the development on the car for the blind. He was in the committee that did the driverless cars, won third place, and he said, I only got $500,000 for that, but they National Federation for the Blind said, would you like to try and make one for people that are blind? So he did, and he said, I had to start from scratch all over again. It's a whole different experience. So nice video. I would recommend going to see it if you get really, really bored. And are there any questions out there over what we just kind of ran through? Price-wise, the stuff you saw, there's a lot of stuff there for free. The stuff for the iPhone is built into it. That's really, really nice. Screen readers, if you have problems reading all your stuff, scanning in and having it read is a nice alternative. The other devices that you see, there's not a price set for the arm. The wheelchair, I think, is about $20,000 right now. I don't know what's going to happen with that now that Toyota's taken over on that. The gloves, $100. Whoa, that's amazing. So that's kind of what's going on in both current that I use and new toys that are out there.
Don, I'd like to thank you for an excellent presentation. Folks, we'll fix this thing up as we need to. If you have any questions, you can post them on the chat board. Don, can you tell them how they can contact you?
Oh, yeah. My email address is Landon, LANDON 42 at bellsouth.net. I'll be happy to respond to you anytime you want me to on any of this technology. As I said, a lot of this stuff I used and helped got created at the University of Florida. So I still kind of do that in my sleep. And I'll be happy to take you any direction you would like to go with the new things that are going on out there.
Okay, great, Don. Thank you. You can
Thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate that very much.
You can now unshare your screen.
All righty. No more sharing.
Okay. And Mackie, will you please unmute your microphone?
Yes.
Hi, good morning, Mackie. How are you?
Sorry to be late.
Oh, that's all right.
Tennis match.
Okay, that's all right. Anyway, we're asking everybody where you're located right now, which device you're using for Zoom, and is this the best time of day for you for future Zoom classes?
I'm in Michigan. I'm on a laptop, and a little bit later would be better for me.
or on a Saturday would be better. Just an 11 o'clock would work better for me. But you have to do what you have to do. I can.
Well, the reason that we picked this time is because it approximates what we would have done if we had our regularly scheduled live classes. People would clear their agendas and everything so that they would be able to come in at 9:30 into the building, sign in at the desk as usual, and then I would begin the class promptly at 10. So this appears
that
to be a
makes
very
sense.
good time.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and it worked well for me.
And Mackie, most people seem to find this one to work even if it's not their preferred time. Can it work for you too?
Yes.
Great,
I will
thanks.
make that a priority.
And I posted Don's email address in the chat. If people don't realize where they find chat, if you scroll at the bottom of the Zoom window, you'll see a chat button. If you press on that, it will open a window and you can type questions or anything else in there that you want to.
Feel free to do that as the meeting continues, and we are going to continue for a little while. Also want to remind you that once the video is posted on our YouTube page, you are encouraged to make comments on it. This is the 101st video. It's very important to every guest speaker, whether they be club members or not, that you post some comments on their videos to let them know that they're doing a good job. And that's where they'll keep coming back. It's difficult right now to get really high quality guest speakers, and certainly ones of Don's caliber. So thank you again, Don.
Welcome, sir.
Now we'll just turn the meeting over to whatever you want to talk about. Mackie, how come you're in Michigan? Aren't you usually in Deerfield Beach?
No, I'm only there 4 months out of the year.
So what is going on in Michigan as far as education is concerned? What are they doing in Michigan to survive this pandemic educationally?
You know, I can speak more to Ohio because my grandkids are in Ohio and they have declared they're starting school and they're going to be going half days, half of the county in the morning, half in the afternoon, and they're going to do the online classes, the ones that are best online, and the ones in school, the ones that are best done in the classroom. And I think that makes a lot of sense. In Michigan,
that's all.
Our numbers were really good, but they spiked after 4th of July. And our governor has just made it a state law that you have to wear a mask inside any building or face a $500 fine. And she is threatening that if we can't comply with that, that our schools won't be able to open.
I believe that's Gretchen Whitmer, right?
Yes, she's doing a good job. But you know, our schools are in limbo. What exactly to do? The Detroit public schools offered a summer school for remediation for kids and volunteer teachers. They got more teachers to volunteer than they needed, volunteer bus drivers, and it was voluntary for the kids. And they had a really good plan, and it sounded like, but we've had some protesters trying to block the bus garages.
Oh.
And that's been difficult, but I thought that was a good plan for, there's some kids who are really behind. And
well, in particular, in this presentation, we were talking about assistive technologies. And of course, the ones that have autism and things that would normally need special needs classrooms and treatment for are indeed falling behind. But you have to measure the education of our children against the risk of the pandemic being spread to the teachers, from the teachers there to the children, from the children going home to their vulnerable grandparents or other people that they love. It's a very, very, very difficult decision. Just take, for example, everyone, let's say if we were to resume classes, could we resume classes in our building with 6-foot social distancing in that classroom? Would be virtually impossible. In the best scenario, when we were doing our live classes, it has a sign there that the fire department says that you can get 120 people in there. The most we've ever had in there is 75 in the old days. However, it would be a very difficult situation for everyone. Plus, we'd have to monitor everything, everyone that touches the handles in the bathrooms, the sanitation there. If anybody had to have their tables constantly sanitized, it's a very difficult decision for everyone to make. I know people want to get back to work, but I don't know. I'm interested in what
The
everybody has.
technology is really important, and I wish we had national working on, because you know some teachers have better technology that they can offer really quality online education.
Excuse me.
And others don't, and I can't imagine how they're scrambling trying to figure that out.
Well, there is a real problem with education called the digital divide. A lot of people in this country don't even have access to that technology. If you're in a rich county like Marin in California, you can afford to buy a building. But if you're just talking about a simple distribution of iPads and things of that nature that most of the schools are using, as well as Chromebooks across the country, it becomes a very difficult proposition for funding and distance. A lot of people live too far out to even get a decent internet signal. So they're not getting any benefits of all as opposed to the more wealthy individuals.
Mhm.
That's
At
why
the beginning of
Barry,
this,
can I ask quickly?
Yes,
can
Mike.
Don please release us from his screen? I can only see 3 of you.
Okay, Don, have you deleted the screen out? Let me see. I don't know if I can do anything about that. Can I, Carol?
You can put it on
I'm
gallery
not sure.
view.
I'm trying to.
Okay.
You can put it on gallery view and you'll get all the little boxes.
No, I'm getting Don's. Hey, bingo. Well done. Well done.
I did it. I got rid of it.
What did you do?
Thank you,
I
Carol.
went up to the slide showing the screen and took off the participant showing.
Okay. Well, we haven't heard from Barry. Come on, Barry. Unmute your mic and start talking.
Who's left?
Unmute.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm
Barry.
unmuted.
Yeah. Got you.
There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, I'm Barry, and we're in Deerfield Beach, and I'm using my Dell laptop, and I'm very flexible with the time that you propose. So I don't care if it's Saturday, Friday, whatever time is good for everybody.
Okay, great. What do you find is useful about these virtual type classes?
That's a good question. Because, you know, I like to ask questions, and, you know, you know, I have questions to ask about things, and I find that I don't want to step on anybody's toes when I ask the questions. I mean, I don't know how to do that, so. But
the chat room is good for, the chat is good for that, because they can answer it as they please.
Oh, okay.
Well,
But
as long as you're not talking anything political or sexual
oh, no.
or religious, we're in good family. This is a family room.
No, I don't talk anything with religion or politics. Don't worry about it.
A wise man. A wise man.
But I understand it's uneasy for some people through this because there is no social contact.
No.
Touching. All we did, what is the first thing we did in class? Everybody would grab each other, kiss each other. Hi,
Yeah.
haven't seen you in a while. For this is people's survival during the summer, during
I
the
know.
season. They were looking forward to every Friday.
I was.
And when we have our normal we're actually on our normal summer break.
Yeah.
Only we missed the last 4 classes of the year. By the way, that brings up an interesting subject. I'd like to know what everybody thinks we should be teaching as for our next classes. What do you think most people would be interested in learning? Or let's just talk about who we have right now.
I have a suggestion. A good computer cleaner that cleans all the crap out and what you people use. And
we had a class on utilities that featured CCleaner.
okay. Well, I wasn't there probably.
Okay, it's possible. Everybody unmute at this time.
What about some lessons comparing the various Zoom type experience? I know some people use WebEx or something like that. So maybe more information on using Zoom and compare and contrast the variety.
Well, there's some great YouTube videos on that. Your main source for getting any of your questions answered about Zoom or WebEx or Google Meet or Microsoft Teams would be YouTube. And so all you have to do is type in that in your search and you'll find tons of videos.
Oh,
in fact, I'd like to do a class just on YouTube itself. It would take a long time to see how many features there are.
That would be nice.
That you can use. I know that several people, somebody's got their mic on, something in the background. Pete, will you unmute, please? Are you unmuted?
Yes.
Okay, I still hear background.
Barry, everybody was unmuted, so you might want to mute everybody again and let them unmute when they go to talk.
Okay, I can do that from the participant screen, right? Let me see where I can mute everybody.
I'll do it, Barry.
I can mute all. There you go.
Okay.
Got it. Okay, everybody's unmuted. And now.
No, everybody's muted.
Okay, and now we can unmute them the same way, right?
Or they can unmute themselves when they get ready to talk.
Okay, you can unmute yourself when you're ready to talk.
Barry, which version of Zoom are you using? I'm trying to, for Cookbee, I'm going to try and run some meetings and webinars, and we're going to have to purchase Zoom. Are you using professional, or I don't know which version?
This is a Zoom Pro license that I just bought. The free version is the basic version. You only get a maximum of 40 minutes before it cuts off. And in the Pro version, you get unlimited time. It costs $149.99 plus tax for the year. You can go to the Zoom site to zoom.us, and when you get there, just click on pricing, and it will show you the various types of pricing.
And that goes up to 150 participants?
Well, yeah, you'll see all of the criteria and the difference in pricing for each one of them, Mackie. Mm-hmm. And I would imagine, it's going to be dependent mostly on how many people you want at a time.
Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The key is that you get unlimited time. You're not cut off. I could run this meeting for 3 or 4 hours if I wanted to, but have no problem.
Yeah, Barry, she knows that. She's trying to make a decision about the upper levels.
Okay.
She's not going to use the free version.
I think they have an enterprise version as well or something. That gives you even more flexibility.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Does anyone else have anything that they'd like to contribute to the meeting?
I'd like to.
Go ahead, Patricia.
Okay. When your classes are always so interesting, but also one subject I would like you to cover when you have another class is sometimes I'm saving some files or some information, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but sometimes when I try to retrieve the file, suddenly I can't find it. So I'd like to learn more about, saving the files.
Oh, we could probably do a class that we were going to do, one of those 4 that was not able to be, not able to meet because it was shut down on March 13th.
Exactly. I was looking forward to that.
It was managing files and folders. We can
Right.
look forward to getting that done maybe in August.
Okay, that would be very interesting for me.
We're going to try to do every couple of weeks or something into August and even into September. And we're even going to do a virtual board meeting in September as well. But this seems to be the way that everybody is now accustomed to using, and it's very fluid. I think it's one of the best in terms of video. I don't see any choppiness in the audio. I don't see any choppiness in the video. And I'm using our old Windows 7 Club laptop, and it's working quite well.
Barry?
So, anyone else?
Yeah.
Carol?
Barry?
Yes, Carol.
So one of the things about being behind the scenes is you get skipped, unfortunately. But I wanted to say a couple of things. My life all of a sudden has changed in a big way because I am now being trained to be a supervisor for the census. And so that means that I'm having to do a lot of training. It's changed my availability enormously because I'm on call, and I'm going to be training the people who are going out in the field, and they're talking about doing that as live training. So despite having been so careful, I'm now being faced with the challenge of whether I'm willing to go back into a classroom and feel safe enough to actually be able to train. And it's a really, really tough call.
I want to thank you, Carol, today for being my co-host. You were extremely helpful, especially with Zoom. I've learned a lot, and just want to thank you.
You're welcome. And if I'm available, I mean, we've talked about a number of topics. The one that Pat just mentioned about saving and finding and organizing files. We've talked about podcasts. I've got a list of potential topics. And as I have availability, if people want, I'm looking forward to teaching classes about that, as well as bringing small snippets of things that people can begin to make use of immediately in the stuff they're doing with their equipment.
So just remember that our classes are recorded on our YouTube channel. It's going to take me a little time to get that going, but we may post some things under our handouts or whatever else. So the best way to get the latest news is to continue to look at our club website, which I'm renewing for another year to keep us going. And that's the way that our club is going to survive. This family grew in live person teaching as well as now through virtual by sharing what we know. An example of that is what Don showed you today. I know how many people thought it was a great presentation. Just raise your hands. Okay. So what I'd like you to do is to share the fact that we're doing virtual classes with your friends, even if they're not, if they have not participated yet. We need to get them involved. as much as possible. Today, I'm looking at, I think we had 15 people. That's fine, but I'd like to see it grow a lot more, and I think we can do more as time goes by. You are our goodwill ambassadors, as I like to say. Every time you walked out of a classroom, you represented our club, and now that you're in the virtual classroom, you're now a virtual goodwill ambassador. If you like what went on today and you participated in others, the best way to keep this club growing is by word of mouth. Contact your friends. Tell them what you liked and encourage them to participate in our next Zoom meeting. If they're not familiar with Zoom, they can get a lot of resources. You can tell them where to go, tell them how to use their device if it's a device similar to yours. And that's the way we're going to continue to grow. So if there are no further questions, I would like to thank every one of you for participating in today's meeting. I love you all as my extended family, and please be safe and healthy until we meet again. Check your email for the next invitation, or the invitation rather, to the next meeting, which will be held sometime in August. And we will post that date and the topic on the club site. And it will also be sent to you about a week before email. One thing before you go, I don't want you to forget that we have a national organization called APCUG. And they'll be doing what's called a virtual technology conference, a VTC, in August. So that'll be, I believe, the first weekend in August. It's an excellent way to see how Zoom works, and their presentations feature guest speakers from all over the country who are very seasoned and expert, like my good friend Bob Gastisha, who's going to do not only another virtual class if it comes to that, but other presentations. He's also served as my co-host. So you can reach APCUG by going to the bottom of the page, and you'll see a logo there that says APCUG. When you click on that, it will open up APCUG's page. They also have their own YouTube channel, APCUG2, where they post all of the videos on subjects that I know many of us are interested in. And they have some really expert presenters, far better than myself, and those that I interface with constantly throughout the season. So again, let me thank you all for participating. Be safe, be well, and remember, mask it or casket.
Thanks. Thanks, Barry.
Thank
It was very
you.
interesting. Bye-bye. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.